It's Kim Darwaza here, your Northern Virginia realtor, and I just wanted to give you a market update. So I'm on a home inspection today for a property that already closed. It closed June 15th. The market was super crazy, so my client was unable to do a home inspection prior to closing. Basically, we had to pay $26,000 over list, which honestly, I thought the property was undervalued anyway. I thought maybe they were trying to get, they did that intentionally to get as many contracts as possible. And it did actually appraise for more than what we're paying, only like $1,000 more. But usually in the situation where we go that high, the house would not appraise. So that's what leads me to believe it was undervalued in the first place, because they wanted to get a bidding war. So in this particular situation, we had to waive the home inspection. We couldn't even do it for void only. That's now an option in a contract, as you can say, I'm doing the home inspection for void only, meaning you won't ask for anything to be done. But if there are serious problems that you can't deal with, then you still have the ability to void the contract. So we had to get rid of that. We waived the appraisal, which in my client's situation, she was putting down 70%. So she could do that, because if the property didn't appraise, she was already putting down so much money. It didn't matter. Where if you're a first-time home buyer and you're only putting 3.5% down, then you really can't do that. We also had to give the owner free rent back until August 14th, I believe. So basically 2 months of free rent after closing. So the previous owner is still living here for 2 months rent-free, which is crazy. So to do that on top of the $26,000, but just to give you a little perspective. And we closed in 2 weeks, which is a super fast closing. So not all the lenders can do that. So I'm glad I have lenders that can do that, because that's how we actually won. Was our lender could close the transaction with 2 weeks. But just to give you guys a little perspective, I sold my client's house. She lived in a two-level house in Falls Church, and I sold that house last summer, like in July. And she wanted to move to one-level living. She didn't want to have stairs. She wanted the washer and dryer on the same level as her kitchen and bedroom. So I found this one-level house. This is like, I think, this might have been the second. A lot of them we went and saw, but they didn't work out for her. There's just so few of those ranch style homes here in Northern Virginia, which is a problem. So that's why we had to basically give up all our rights or terms of the contract, and it was totally seller in their court, which they got lucky. So I guess the point is here, if you have a one-level house, now would be a really good time to sell it, because there just aren't any. And there are people who really are getting older and only want to be on the one level. So, I mean, some of the houses have 2 levels. Like one of the other ones that we bid, very similar offerings that we did with this one, and we didn't get it. We were in the top 3 of 9 contracts. And I'm here, let's see, this is like, to give you a little more information, this is sort of in the $500,000 to $650,000 range that we were doing these contracts. So my client, I generally tell people, do not waive the home inspection, but in this case, she really wanted this house. And she'd been living with her kids for almost a year, and as much as she loves them, she wanted to be independent and have her own home, and it literally took this long to find one. So I guess the point here is, if you own a one-level house, or a house sort of in this price range, because everything in this like lower price, I guess we'll call it mid-level, $500,000 to $700,000 price range in Northern Virginia, goes very quickly. And if they're turnkey properties, then they definitely get multiple offers. So Yeah, some of the other houses we looked at that were one level, which there really weren't that many. I want to say there were 5, like in the year in her price range with what she was looking for. They weren't turnkey. And so those were kind of sitting a little bit more. People really want turnkey, unlike the last time the market went nuts, 2007, 2008. And I was writing like 20 contracts for people before they could get a house. The difference is back then people didn't care about the condition. Now people want turnkey. So if your house is not turnkey, then that's not, you probably won't get as many offers. So that's still very, very important. So anyways, I'm interested to see if we have overflow into the summer. Usually July and August are our 2 slowest months after, November, the part after Thanksgiving and Christmas. So I'm interested in seeing, since we had such low inventory this spring, if there are so many people just waiting to buy, and so it's going to flow into the summer. So time will tell. I'm putting on another listing this week in a neighborhood where the houses have been selling in 5 to 7 days. So I'm interested to see if that's going to continue now through July. But thanks for watching. And if you have any questions, you can PM me. I'm always happy to answer any real estate related questions. Have a great summer.